Hey guys, the following video is brought to you by American Collectors Insurance. Stick around towards the end for some more information. Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. Today on the Zoom call, we have Jeff Duda. Jeff Duda is the former president of the original Garden State Corvette Club. And as I understand, Jeff, you also do a little bit of work with the Chip Miller Foundation, don't you?
Hey Joe, yes, that's absolutely correct. Thanks for having me on. So yes, I'm a current member of the original Garden State Corvette Club and was president of that club for 4 years. I've been on the board for 15. And currently I am on the board of the Chip Miller Amyloidosis Foundation. Yes.
Wow, so it sounds like your world kind of revolves around Corvettes. Are you ready to talk about them?
Absolutely. I can talk Corvettes every day, all day.
So Jeff, how did you get an interest in cars? When did that come about?
I can almost take it back to about when I was 10 years old, because a family friend showed up at my parents' house while I was growing up with a 1979 dark blue Corvette. And I remember going out for a ride, and I remember on the 8-track, Queen was playing, and it was Another One Bites the Dust. So, that mental memory, as soon as I hear that song, I am right back inside of that 1979 Corvette, just enjoying the heck out of it.
Was the Corvette then always a dream car at first, or did you have other dream cars growing up?
Corvette was definitely my dream car. Shortly after September 11th, we had no children, so I traded in my 4-wheel drive pickup truck on a used Corvette, and we jumped headfirst into the car community and drove that car for probably 2 or 3 years. Absolutely loved that car.
So Jeff, how did you first get started in the original Garden State Corvette Club?
Like I said, our first Corvette was purchased shortly thereafter, after September 11th, 2001, and just wanted to find out what we could do more in the hobby. And quick little search online turned up the original Garden State Corvette Club, and they met in Deptford, New Jersey. And I'll never forget, my wife and I walk into our first meeting, and one of our members there, he'd been there, he was a past president and had probably been a member for 20 years at that point. And so fast forward, he's probably a member now for 30 or 40 years. He said under his breath, he saw me and my wife walking in, and kind of looked at me and goes, "These two are never going to last." We just did not look the Corvette part. We're in our late 20s, early 30s. He just shook his head. These two aren't going to make it. And 20 years later, we're still here enjoying it. And I'm very good friends with the person that made that comment under his breath. And I don't let him forget it. And he still chuckles about it to this day. And I love the guy. He's a great guy.
Okay, so another thing I wanted to ask you was, you have a YouTube channel. What's the story behind that? How did that come about?
Sure. A little shameless plug. That's what, Zipity, right? Like I said, having fun with it. So my YouTube channel is called Zipitys Garage. My cousin Brian outside of Pittsburgh has a channel called Pipsburgh, P-I-P-S Berg Views. And he's been bugging me since the day he started his channel. Jeff, start a channel. I guess through the pandemic in early 2020, I said, what the heck? So I grabbed my iPhone, got a GoPro, and started doing some videos. And the tagline I like to use is that, I'm just a car guy that likes to, the channel is dedicated to the fun and games associated with being a car guy. So I evolved it into then, okay, well, my Corvette Club does a lot of car shows and cruise nights and Cars and Caffeine with American Collectors, so I'll bring my GoPro along to those events and just walk around with a video camera, showing people what showed up and, having some fun with it. You can follow me on YouTube, but also the same channel name over on Instagram as well.
So Jeff, it's been great talking to you. Before we go, can you quickly run over some of the exciting things, the news that's going on with your Corvette Club, how people can find you guys and join, and maybe talk a little bit about the charity as well?
Sure, absolutely. So the easiest way to find us anymore, like anything these days, is online. So if you go, the name of the club again is Original Garden State Corvette Club. So if you go to ogscc.com, that will take you right to our website. It's a very social club. Even though we're only doing that one meeting, our club members will get together and do different things. We're a 501c3 with the state of New Jersey, and a registered nonprofit. We are a lifetime club member of the National Corvette Museum. So we're so much more than just a bunch of people that hang out behind a Dairy Queen on a Saturday night. We do make money at a car show, which doesn't happen every year because people think, you're making tons of money. It doesn't always happen that way. But when we do, we don't want to reinvest it in the pizza and beer money for the club. We like to make sure we give that back to the community. And we actually advertise that on our car show flyers, what we've donated over the past, 4, 5, 6 years. And American Collectors has been a big part of that because with your sponsorship and your support of our club, we are able to do that year after year. So thank you for that.
Perfect. Thank you so much for talking with us.
My pleasure.
All right. Go to www.americancollectors.com to get your free quote today and see how much you can save. Thanks for watching.